Trading Forex profitably on MetaTrader 4 platform. This is a combination of indicators combined together, and this is very profitable if you will follow the simple rule. I have combined few indicators together to make sure that this strategy work really well for all pairs. You can use this on indices, Nasdaq 100 or US 30 or US Tech on MetaTrader 4. This is not for MetaTrader 5 strategy, and you cannot use this on Derive. Welcome to Profiting Forex Trading channel. I would like to show you how to use this simple strategy. It is a winning strategy that you can use. Now, let me show you how to use this strategy. I have few indicators on my chart, both non-repenting and repenting indicator. The arrow on my chart does not repent. This arrow with black color does not repent, so you can bank on it. And this indicator does not repent also once the candle close. The only indicator that do repent here is this bar, and if it repent, you are still going to see the sign that it repented. This bar, this indicator. So let's move on and let me show you how to use it. Here is it on the US Tech 15-minute time frame, and this is how to use this particular strategy. Number one thing you have to look out for is this bar, this red bar, and number two is this indicator that changed to orange for a sell, and at this particular point is changed here. And the number three indicator is this arrow indicator, this black color, and the last indicator is this deep pink colored indicator. Now, all the indicators must be in agreement before you place your trade, and do not forget this indicator that shows us the candle on different time frame. Most time all the time frame might be the same color, and sometimes it might not be. But for this particular strategy, you can either use D1 if you want to trade on 15 minutes, and you can use H1 if you want to scalp on lower time frame. But on this particular tutorial, I'm going to use D1 and the M15. Once they're in agreement, I'm going to trade in the direction of that trend alone. And here we have all the indicators in agreement at this particular point. This is where we have all the indicators in agreement, and this is where you need to place your trade, and stop loss will be few pips above the previous high. This is the previous high, so your stop loss is going to be few pips above the previous high, and you are going to ride the trend. This is another arrow in opposite direction. You are not going to take this trade because the remaining indicators are still against this particular trade, and at this point we have continuation, so you can enter more trade at this particular point. And this is how to use this strategy. You will not trade against the trend, and all the indicator must be in the same direction. I told you earlier that this particular indicator do repents or is going to disappear, and I said if it disappear, you are going to see where it failed. And let me turn my candle to line, and you see it here. You see a star like scissors at this particular point, black scissors at this particular point. This is to tell me that this generated signal at this point, but it failed, and because it failed, it disappeared. So you might say it doesn't repaint because it's going to leave a trace that that it did generated signal at one point or the other. But if it failed, it's going to change to scissors. And this is how to use this particular strategy also. But all the indicators must be in agreement before you place your trade. You can use it on any pair you want. And let's check Great Britain's Japanese also. Here's this on 15-minute time frame, and we have D1 is up. Since D1 is up, the only trade we are going to take is up, and at this particular point we have all the indicators in agreement at this point for a buy, and this is where you place your trade, and stop loss a few pips below the previous low for a buy. And this trade, we are not going to take this trend. That's why the fact all the indicators are in agreement, but it's against the daily candle, and so we are not going to place this particular trade. So this is how to use this particular strategy, and let me show you how to set it up, the setting for each of the indicator. The number one indicator I use is trend envelope. It is called envelope indicator, and this is the color I change it to this particular indicator that give us this deep pink and black. We have deep pink here, and we have this black here. This is the indicator that give us that color, and here we have the input here. I change the MA period to 11 at this particular point. I'm not using the default setting, so make sure you pause the video and enter it accordingly. Then you can click OK when you are done. And the second indicator is this non repeating indicator. You can change the value, this 12 value singular period. You can change it and play with the value, and I'm going to make another video with different setting for this particular indicator and show you how to use it or how to adjust it. And this is the value for this particular strategy, and these are the color black. This is where you see the arrow is black both down and up. This is where I change it, and since it does not repaint, then you can bank on it, and the fact that it does not repaint does not make it 100% accurate. So this is where I change the color, and you can do the same thing. Just make sure you set it up and click OK when you are done. Then the other indicator is this support and demand, support and resistance zone, or you call it supply and demand zone, and this is what I use. You can use the default setting. Or you change the color. Just change anything you want to change, or leave it the way it is, and just click OK when you are done, and you can turn it on or off. So I'm going to show you after. Then the other indicator is this SEF indicator. This is MA1 period. Just pause it and enter the detail, and this is where I change the color also. You can pause it and enter it accordingly. And the MA trend is this particular indicator here, this indicator here, this particular indicator. So you can pause the video too and enter the details. Pause the video and enter the detail and click OK when you are done. And this is symbol changer in nearly all my video I do use this particular indicator, so I don't need to have many pairs open on my screen. So with this I can change from one pairs to another. This is the indicator, and this is just how I set it up. You can play with it and use it the way you like. And the last indicator is this sec indicator, this one that turn from green to black here. This is the indicator, and this is where I change the color, and you can change the color also if you don't like the color that I use. And here are the values for this particular indicator. Make sure you set it up accordingly. And this is all the indicators I use for this particular strategy. You can turn on or off the support and resistance zone. This is the button where you can turn it off. Let me hide this so that we see the button. This is support and resistance indicator. You can turn it on or off at this particular point. So this is how to use this particular strategy. It is profitable, and make sure you follow the simple rule. Allow all the indicators to be in agreement before you place your trade. This is for MetaTrader 4 brokers and not MetaTrader 5 brokers, and you cannot use it on Derive also. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, kindly make sure you do so and give me that thumb up, and do turn on the notification button so that you'll be notified each time I share another winning strategy. Till I come your way again, I remain your fellow trader, Joe, and bye for now.